Greetings, my fellow freaks and weirdos. I'm Tom, and welcome to Monster Gab, where we love all things horror. And in today's episode, I'm joined by my wife Sandra. Say hi.
Hi.
And we are heading off to Ryller Thriller, which is a 2-day horror event here in the town of Rhyl on the North Wales coast. Let's go check it out. Is 2023, and it's significant to mention as it marks Ryl's first ever horror festival, and made possible thanks to the team at Wicked Wales, who have a lot to do with young independent filmmakers, movie festivals, and pretty much anything related to cinema and the arts within its community. I'll leave links in the description below if you'd like to learn more about the incredible work that they do. But the real reason for Ryller Thriller ever coming to be is thanks to a buddy of mine, Chad Jones, a fellow horror fan who directed his first ever short movie merely days before the festival took place and edited it just in time to give us all a private showing. The festival took place in March, and depending on how fast I can edit my content, I'm hoping this video will be released just a few weeks after. During the 2 days, we watched a marathon of horror movies, mostly independent low-budget, or in some cases no-budget movies, with a world premiere showing of The Hounds of Darkness and a fan-favourite classic with 1987's Hellraiser. There were Q&As with filmmakers and actors, one being Simon Bamford, who played the role of Butterball, one of the Cenobites in Hellraiser, who, by the way, had this to say.
Not many people have the gift of the gab, but Monster Gab has the gift of the gab, full of monsters. So subscribe now, or I'll take you to hell.
Another was Dominic Brunt, who many will recognise as Paddy from Emmerdale, since it's a popular soap here in the UK, but believe it or not, he's an avid horror fan, and alongside wife Joanne Mitchell, they've made a number of horror films, including Wolf Manor, which was also shown at this festival. NeMa Studios, who have a toy factory based in Wrexham, gave a fascinating talk about making toys and action figures, many of them being on display, and let me tell you, they do a lot more than just horror related figures. Once again, links in the description below. Apart from these short snippets, I didn't really record any of the talks or the Q&As as they went on for quite a long time, but Wicked Wales captured it all, so if you are interested, you can watch all of that on their YouTube channel. I can't keep saying links in the description, guys, you know the drill by now, come on. Of course, there were plenty of stalls and vendors with lots of awesome horror-related merchandise on offer. Amongst collectibles, figurines, models, cuddly toys, clothing, DVDs, Blu-rays and posters, etc, etc, there was also an array of handcrafted products, and I cannot stress this enough. These people are true artists. No, really. Everything from wonderfully detailed paintings to wearable fabrics, sculptured novelties and toys. I'm not just saying this to big these guys up, there was some incredible talent and a pleasure to see it all under one roof. I've tried to take note of all the vendors to give them credit here so you guys can research them for yourselves should you wish to do so. My apologies if I have left anyone out. you made this. Oh wow, look at this. Oh, we've got our own model as well.
Oh, look.
Oh, look at all the designs on there as well. We've got Leatherface, we've got the Nun, Freddy Krueger, Jason.
Bald bloke.
Yeah, I feel that pain, mate, don't worry. Hence the bandana. So, what about the films, I hear you cry? Well, the first movie to open the festival was House of Horrors, an independent anthology movie. So we've just watched House of Horrors, which is kind of a family project more than anything. Really entertaining though, fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So low budget film, kind of a comedy, like a collection of films, an anthology movie really, but really good fun. And like I said, it was a family project. Wasn't meant to be shown to the public, but I'm glad they did. What do you think of it?
Good.
It was good. It was funny in parts as well, which was meant to be very tongue-in-cheek, but it was so aware of itself. But yeah, enjoyed it. So, Chad, you are the main man behind this whole festival. What inspired you to do this?
I just really like horror films.
Simple as that.
I always want to be a director as well, which I've managed to do with this event, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why in the town of Rhyl?
Because Ryl's the best place on earth.
It's a good answer. And you got your little young man here with you as well. Are you proud of your dad?
Yeah.
He's doing a great job, hasn't he? I mean, so far I'm really enjoying it. We've only seen the one film, but it's been great.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a one-time thing? Are we expecting?
I'm looking up at Andrew there because Andrew's the guy that.
Is it basically down to how successful this weekend's going to be?
Yeah, well, no, this weekend's already pretty much a success, which is nice. It's a lot bigger than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
There'll definitely be another one, but we need to. I looked at Andrew and he winced a little.
And going to be a part 2 and part 3.
Part 2 and a part 3, you heard it from the big man.
And of course, you've made your own film as well.
I have.
Yeah. Are we allowed to hear any more about that, or is that going to hush hush?
If you want, I feel like every time I talk about it, I see her that I age like a Dorian Gray.
We're expecting to see that at the festival this weekend.
Yes, tonight.
Tonight? Oh, I'm looking forward to it, really am.
Oh, I'm glad someone is.
Well, I know you're busy anyway, so I'll leave it there, and thanks very much.
Don't
Thank
forget
you.
to subscribe and like. Guys.
Absolutely.
He's a massive horror fan.
He is a massive horror fan.
The second feature film of the day was Clive Barker's classic, Hellraiser.
Yeah.
So we've just seen Hellraiser, which, it's a film we've seen before, but a great opportunity to actually see it on the big screen with an audience full of horror fans too, fellow horror fans. And not only that, getting the chance to actually see Simon Bamford, who plays Butterball in the movie Hellraiser, who's literally just doing some signings now and taking selfies and doing autographs. Fantastic experience though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah, enjoyed that. After a break for lunch, we were treated to 3 short horror films, each made in parts of North Wales, including Chad's directing debut short, Mari Lwyd, which features music by me. By the way, did you guys know I released an album recently? It's called This Round's on Me by Tom H. Goss. Yeah, that's me. Available on all major music streaming platforms. Anyway. Alright, so we've just watched 3 short films, all made in Wales, by the way. The last one being Mari Lwyd, which was made by Chad Jones, and it was fantastic actually. It was a really good film. His first ever film, no budget, and
good job.
Oh, we really enjoyed it. And he used my music in it too, so a little claim to fame there as well. I've never featured in a film before, so fantastic. Well done on that, Chad, as well. We're really pleased for you. So Jason, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you, Tom.
You are host and compere here at
yes.
at Ryller Thriller. So you've been doing the Q&As with all of the
yes.
all the cast members and directors. What highlights have you had so far from the?
To be honest, meeting Simon Bamford, because I loved it the first time I saw Hellraiser, and it's a film I watch regularly because I just think it's a wonderful film, and to meet one of the Cenobites and have him turn out to be such a treasure of a man, so easy to talk to, and so genuinely funny.
He's a lovely guy, isn't he?
Yeah. Lovely guy.
No, I got to meet him briefly, and he is genuinely, like, when people say down to earth.
Oh yeah.
But he really is just.
And some of the stories which we couldn't say on stage were just wonderful, and it certainly gives you a better insight into the people that you appreciate.
Have you any top picks of films so far? What film have you enjoyed so far? We're not even halfway through yet.
I genuinely liked all of them. I'm looking forward to seeing The Feast again tomorrow because the Welsh language horror and that. I mean, Hellraiser's obviously my joy, but the Feast genuinely blew me. And it was on my radar to watch for so long. I've never got around to watch it, so I've had to watch it this week, and I've regretted not watching it up until this week because I just thought it was such a good film. But I've loved all the films that I mean, especially some of the shorts. Bang Zoom! It's a wonderfully funny.
Yeah, it was funny, wasn't it?
Off kilter and. Surprising thing that made me laugh the most was one of the characters just eating his chips, talking casually, and just wonderful little things like that in it.
And of course, you were involved in the Mary Lloyd film as well.
I was official door holder opener and clapper person when they needed.
Do you know, it's the little things, Jason.
I know, yes, and it was a very little thing with me. But again, an awful lot of the stuff that's been screened today, and ironically, a film like Hellraiser as well, which was quite small budget at the time, shows what people can do. People with talent can do with a small budget, and people that deserve the chance to get to do things.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
But because I've seen films that have been made for $200 million, and 10 minutes in, I've just thought, what am I watching? And a film that has been made with egg boxes and pot noodles and special effects have held my attention purely because of what's been put into them, and I'm seeing a lot of that today.
Absolutely.
You know, and yeah, it's why I love this genre of cinema as well, because horror is one of the few genres that has high rewards for little financial input, but you get a lot of heart in it.
Absolutely, I agree. Thanks very much, Jason. It's been brilliant.
Tom.
Thank you. To wrap the first day up, we finished with the world premiere of The Hounds of Darkness. This was also an independent anthology horror movie. So last film of the day, Hounds of Darkness, quite a bizarre film, wasn't it? Undercurrent of satire, if you like, or humour, but it was enjoyable. Again, another one of those kind of passion projects, as the guys mentioned in their Q&A. Do you enjoy it?
I did, yeah. Different.
Right, well, we're going home now, and we'll come back in the morning.
We will.
So, folks, it is day 2. It's actually a really nice day outside today, isn't it?
It is.
And we're going to spend the entire day indoors watching horror films.
It's quite warm today.
It is warm, isn't it? But you know, they're my kind of people, so we're happy to do it. Day 2 opened with a short film called Geronimo, about a man with some crazy, vivid dreams, shot mostly in the location of Rhyl. Right, so we've just watched a short film called Geronimo, which was filmed mostly in Rhyl itself. It was great to see familiar locations, especially the arcade. You know, we're obviously from the local area, so we recognise all these locations. But what a film, though!
Really, really good.
It was actually really good. The production
Very
level.
well produced.
It was well produced, wasn't it? And the level of it was just, the quality was fantastic,
Incredible.
and an enjoyable film too. So
really,
brilliant.
Really good.
The second film of the day was yet another feature-length anthology called Tales of the Creeping Death, and after that was a Welsh language film with English subtitles called Gwledd, also known as The Feast. But a pretty cool folk horror, I must say. Okay, so we didn't get a chance to talk about it earlier, but Tales of the Creeping Death was kind of a weird anthology movie. Definitely used comedy as the vehicle to deliver the stories, I think. I would say that some of the stories are a bit hit and miss.
Yeah.
I preferred some to some of the others.
Yeah,
I definitely like the wraparound story and the
Yeah.
first story, but I found some of them just a tiny bit hard going, perhaps.
Yeah.
But hey, look, I'm not a critic. You know, it's just an opinion, and you know, I wouldn't know the first thing about making a movie. Anyway, we've just watched Gwledd, I think it's pronounced, which translates into The Feast, and wow, that was a gritty film.
Very good.
What did you make of that?
It was brilliant. I really enjoyed it.
It was disturbing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was like a real kind of undercurrent of discomfort.
Very well done film.
It was well done and really, really well put together, but it was very uncomfortable to watch, wasn't it? But fantastic too. To finish things off, the final film for Ryller Thriller was Wolf Manor. Okay, so we've just watched Wolf Manor, directed by Dominic Brunt, and I have to say that I've heard a lot of negativity about this film. There were quite a lot of critical reception for it, and I went in pretty pessimistic. But to my surprise, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite fun, didn't you?
Yeah.
And
I quite enjoyed it.
yeah, and obviously we've just had a Q&A with Dominic Brunt himself, and he seems like a genuinely
Nice guy.
really nice guy. But yeah, the film though, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Here's a summary for you. A lot of these movies were cheap indie movies, but I think that's great. Firstly, it's a chance for the creators to display their work to an audience and possibly gain fans along the way. But it works the other way too, because secondly, it's an opportunity for horror lovers to discover movies they probably wouldn't have. I'd love for Ryller Thriller to be a regular annual event, hanging out with a community of fellow horror fans and watching movies, but for that to happen it needs support. So if this is something you'd like to attend in the future, follow Ryller Thriller's Facebook page and, I can't believe I'm going to say this again, links in the description, blah blah blah. I swear if people don't check out those links I'll be really mad. Right folks, well that is all of Ryller Thriller. It's finished. We've watched the last film, and so much for that really nice day that it's starting out to be. It's actually raining really heavily now. Anyway, did you have any highlights? What was your favourite film, do you think?
I don't know if I had a favourite as such. I quite liked a few. I enjoyed the one yesterday, the first one we watched yesterday morning. The family-based one that was never meant to be shown
House
to the
of
public.
House of Horrors.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good fun, that wasn't it? Yeah. For me personally, I think Gleth. Was it Glaive? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I mean, I am Welsh, but I just can't speak a word of it. But it's also known as The Feast. I think that was really gritty. But all round, just really enjoyed the festival.
The last one was really good as well, though, wasn't it?
Wolf Manor.
Wolf
Yeah,
Manor.
it was. Anyway, folks, that is all we've got time for. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. I don't know who they are, but if you don't subscribe,
They will get you.
so make sure you are indeed subscribed. Make sure you have that the notification bell clicked so you don't miss out on any new content here on Monster Gab. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you did indeed like it, and leave a comment down there. Thank you so much. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, folks, it is... We'll put that in the outtakes.